Should be live. All right. Where's the sound? Really? But I picked the wrong video. Wow, why would I do that? Never happens. Amazing. Truly, truly amazing. Let's hit go right. There we go.
You've gotten great triggers from time
Hey, don't think about this, but I have a walker just like that. Just right of that mando tree in the water. But don't think about that.
Hey, don't think about this, but I have a walker just like that. Just right of that mando tree in the water. Don't think about that. Hey, don't think about this, but I have a walker just like that. Just right of that mando tree in the water. Don't think about that.
Oh no. No, don't do it. Sorry, John.
No, don't do it. Sorry, John. No, don't do it. Sorry, John.
Oh my goodness, I love that stuff. Can't have enough fun when we're out there with fellowship. Welcome to the Fling Show. My name is Chris McClung. My co-host and great host, Mr. David Lahamelon, will be joining me in just one moment. But welcome to the show. We're about to fling it. Might fling it a little quicker than usual today. We had an incredible weekend. Let's kind of get in first to what happened over there at Brock Mod. It was a whole lot of fun. Amazing. I had the opportunity to go out and be on the MA2 lead card with Jordan Kessner. I got to, as you can see right here, I got the caddy for him. He was in the lead going into the final round. I had not seen that course until this weekend. I got to play it also. Cannot wait to hear his thoughts on the course as well. But wow, it was challenging. Amazing to have 9 par fours and 9 par threes. Well distributed, nice and even course as well. Had a lot of opportunities to birdie out there. A beautiful layout, great tee pads as well. Well-run event out there. Sheldon did such a good job along with all the volunteers. Really want to reach out and thank them all for that. Just a great time. So without further ado, let's bring on my co-host, Mr. Himmeline, and hear about his weekend out there as well. Dave, how are you doing today, sir?
Hey, Chris. I'm doing good.
Doing
How's
well.
it going?
How about you?
Yeah, it was good. Good to get out and play it. That was my first time playing that layout and even seeing it. I watched the FPO Texas States. I watched that, but it's hard to get a feel for a whole, just watching a video. But I thought it was extremely fair and fun, and it definitely passed that have like a little test with courses. If they call you back, then it's a good course. And so I've been getting calls, from Brock going, come on, let's try that again. Let's try that without the nerves breaking down at the end of the round and stuff like that. But enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was very scoreable. I was surprisingly had enough D and energy and all that to handle the rigors of being on a tee pad in the middle of summer in Texas all day. But I got to thank Lone Star and Sheldon and everybody for setting up the tents. I mean, thank God for the tents. I mean, it was well planned. When there was some tree cover, you didn't need a tent, but everywhere you needed a tent, you had a tent. It was pretty incredible. And water, amenities and all that.
question about the tournament. Do you prefer, and someone had asked this question, I want to present it to you since you play in quite a bit of tournaments. Do you prefer the tee time start? Do you like the tee time versus a shotgun start?
Man, that's a good question. I like the tee time because first of all, it really relaxes the tournament directors and the people running it, because you don't have one big barrage of everything all at once and then scramble to get it all done, and then there's nothing. There's more of a casual, laid back, I think more professional feel for tee times. But I do miss that camaraderie of just seeing everybody in one place. So when you have those tee timed, and Griff, he has a lot of these, so he knows. You have this trophy situation, which I didn't get involved with any of those, but you have these situations where nobody's there and you're making a big deal out of it and you're filming it for social media or whatever. But I miss that part of it, just having a big group around for the final interview or whatever it is that happens during that time. It's just not there with those kind of people just come and go.
Yeah, you had 204 players out there in the Texas heat, and you're right. And to be able to do that on tee times, and Griff does such a tremendous job with that because he likes to run the majority of his events on tee time. But I'm with you sometimes. I think sometimes it does distract that the winners do not get the larger crowd and gathering and feeling of the whole tournament. But it makes it for a long day, that is for sure. And tee times tend to allow you to have a few more participants, it seems to equate to as well, because your field is fairly full,
Yeah, definitely. That's the best point. And it just makes it easier, I think, altogether. We'd have to ask somebody like Griff, about that, but it seems like it just sets everything at ease, sets everything at a nice pace, and you can just have a more casual, longer day.
I agreed. Also, I remember sending you this week, and we kind of talked and hit on the show, prior show this evening, pre-show, if I can get that out. Still working on the mouthpiece right here, so it's just trying to make sure I can say words correctly. Anyway,
gotcha. You're doing great.
Anyway, I had sent you something about Paul Macbeth having a conversation during his last interview on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, the lead up to the event. And one of the questions we had been talking about on the show a couple of times was injuries to disc golfers. And I found it very informative, his thoughts on what is happening why he thinks they may be, not the reason, but a reason, not the singular reason, that these guys are getting more and more injuries. And he was equating it to the ball golf courses, which allow these younger players to really stretch their arms out. And he was really maintaining also, he was equating it to not only just the round itself, but also the fact that, I thought I brought up the background. I apologize. Here, bring this up. There it is. He had also brought up the injury factor of that they practice, during the week. So there's so many throws that they're throwing during that week leading up to the practice, trying to get that extra 600 to 700 feet. What were your thoughts on his comments in regards to this ball golf courses changing some of the injuries?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I could see that. But I mean, that's just kind of, what do you want to pick apart first? I mean, you could talk about small wooded, undulating courses that are like traditional kind of disc golf courses as dangerous as well because of these trip hazards, because of snakes, because of ticks, I mean, it just depends on, and I'm not the one to ask because I'm not out there on the tour, and he knows. I mean, he's out there, he sees what's happening with the way they're stretching out these holes to make you go for these long rollers, or flex weird shots, or just throw your money piping booming shot. These guys have such a skill, that doesn't even apply to my imagination.